before and after. Ain't Sir Oba Eko Ghana Christian High International Schooler. Schooler, your tough friend Christian High. See you, mommy. Me want crab your mouth. Good morning to you, Nana Bima Kumsin. Thanks for listening. Have a beautiful day. Birthday wishes to you, Mr. Joseph Titles Glover, Managing Director of Quantum LC. This one says the staff of Quantum LC would like to wish our Managing Director, Mr. Joseph Titles Glover, the best birthday ever. We love him. God richly bless you, sir. And to Elder Labi of Ewutu Brekum Pentecost Church. Happy birthday, Elder Labi, Ewutu Brekum Pentecost Church, from Lady Pastor Martina Ayoko Otu. Koadi, you'll find a bon morning, and young Moda. One from William Quay. William Quay says, happy 50th birthday to Grace Joan of NIB. Wishing you well, Grace Joan. Many more years. We're riding Shirawa too. It's Missy Ba Ewo Christian High School. Omodin Krebia Basisia. Mina Sechibia Efa, you're a teacher at Amasaman Bobikofa Basic School. Happy birthday to you, Mina Sechibia Efa. It's from your husband Isaac Odro, my own Mahamadou, and your daughter Adepa Danswa Odro and the entire Odro and Ifa families. Okay, so if you're a parent, and your ward or your child attends Ghana Christian High International School, simply called Christian High, here are directives on what to do. It says, please listen with a cocked ear. It says, parents of children in years 7 to 9. Parents of children in years 7 to 9, you can pick up your children between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. today, March 16. So if your child is in year 7 up to year 9, pick up your child today, between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Now, if you have children in year 7 to 9 as well as non-exam students, you can pick them up at the same time. If you have children in year 7 to 9 as well as non-exam students, you can pick them up, that's in SHS, you can pick them up at the same time. Now, parents of non-exam candidates, parents of other non-exam candidates can pick up their children between 1 and 5 p.m. today. Entry to the school by parents will be managed. Parents would have to park outside the school gate and will be allowed into the school compound in batches. Remain in your cars as parents when you're allowed into the school. Arrangements have been made for staff to assist the children with their luggage. These pickup arrangements are to ensure the safety of all students and staff of the school. Exam candidates would remain in school. Adequate arrangements have been put in place to ensure their safety. Further directives will be communicated when necessary. So, That is from Christian High School. It says, parents of children in year 7 to 9, pick up your children between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. today. If you have children in year 7 to 9, as well as non-exam students, you can pick them up at the same time. Now, non-exam candidates can pick up their parents of non-exam candidates can pick up their children between 1 and 5 p.m. today. Entry to the school will be managed. Remain in your cars as parents when you're allowed into the school. Arrangements have been made for staff to assist your children with their luggage. These pickup arrangements are to ensure the safety of all students and staff of the school. In the meantime, exam candidates will remain in school. Adequate arrangements have been put in place to ensure their safety. Further directives will be communicated when necessary. Joseph Mensah Ansah, the Chief Operations Officer of Christian High, signs this one. Indeed, that is the info for those. Good morning, Mr. David Asante. Thanks for listening. And here's something from MTN Business.
About 247 of them. Shipping lines were bay 137.
Okay, 137. Okay,
137 shipping lines. Now, one of Bobo ones in us one individual systems. Was a Juma or a point of entry war ports. Now, my young day, yeah, one system's ninya would tune one you won't casa. Inti F&M ministries, department and agencies at the last count now we be 42 one fan kaka 42.
Don't worry. Into my house. Feel free.
Now I want MDs and one my permits, one who issue licenses. Inti when here says here there book offices and until ato karim nako sisi right na wo officer it's Nagana how save to Quanqua Bruchio. Systems na ye deploying etumtna baby one na as a free as a casa ma wonya man will to me yi first na yenyim there a how kakra wo port wonya ma by utum ochara nko yenyim so there customs fo wendwuma porting other way nye there wo bo ye ho ban finyama ye toyes ba krom ha wo aban ne revenue now one main focus in technology into sebe ehen na what da ye do ma ye boa hwan madam edwumi ye krom ha 2002 ina ye share dem edwuma ya se GCNet
2002
Mpochonyo na ye edwuma no so ye nya ban Ghana Revenue Authority ni enyi wonye edwuma shipping Ghana Shippers Authority yen edwuma na wasn't ubonyi beka yen unique attribute or composition onye edwuma ku a yenye wan abom a wohwe GCNet edwuma no do nti se hwa GRE wo chefa kakra wom 20%.
GRE what chefa wom edwuma no
Mpochonyo 20%.
Ah ye GCNet.
Mpochonyo.
Okay.
One Commissioner General Otna ye board do as a director. Commissioner of Customs so tsna ye board do wash in some okodo. In Ghana Shippers Authority, one chief executive no so tsna ye board do. America yin na ne there edwuman onye sabe ma wakan there or ye private sector private
sector
nkutin Ghana Commercial Bank so wo 5% we ye edwuma yim
GCB Bank
Mpochonyo GCB Bank or 5% Eco Bank so wo chefa we ye edwuma yim in company bis wo friend 03 tap no so whatever wom and son I yen majority shareholder on your SJS our what Switzerland inti yenyim there ekrom haso says aban na ezeka private one all my efficiency papa oba papa
more friend PPP now
papa na all ye one day edwumen World Bank yenya abastu boze papa na what's the day also and a princess no recognizing it oh yeah one day African nara and one why a single window platform sa oye dwuman ye dwuman na wo ba na wo besua na was a corner was a koyi we dwuman
GCNet na dwuma
no papa ye dwuma ya so yenye abanizin kita ho there oh ye hu there ye dwuma no zi fiti da 2002 ye started the ye dwuma ye hu da aban ne to more quadro or increase anyi from the year ye started again to no as a kro yimunaran or increase by 60%.
Okay.
I feel trade do be also 40%. Year on year on ye the big ho ye dwuma ye nyanya nkote na ye dwuma na we reporting yara ye systems no kasa nti o ma ye nyijara ye dwuma ye hwe ye system ni de bia ye hu ye nyonzi nkita ho ma ye be ya ye be hye ye dwuma no mu zen ma abanan toto ne to ne to wa kodo inti na mama kan de edwuma ye reporting
SGRA wom GCB Bank wom Eco Bank wom Shippers Council wom not chere abana mun wo chefa kakra wom
Mpochonyo
enti one majority shareholder and ahe na wo wom
says as over 52%.
52
Mpochonyo
enti not chere 48 na wa kan all these other organizations GRA Shippers Council Eco Bank GCB Moke ka nyina one chefa wom
Damara
but abanse one away juma or port the vendors na zeno what does dodo in tinchunya to be more friend or single vendor. Oh no, I can want some then.
You come me that say. Yes, you may see. In we were 5 destination inspection companies. No, and one way valuation. And here but 2 months.
Okay.
In our way evaluation say there's a winyama budra wash nyamaneza but no value. Inti yanyone ye juma na ban or ye na dwendo basa someone no the nipa kor or the company kor abeche we juma na we nim on West Blue.
Okay.
Na henankasa ejuma no yen system no ye end to end chede your valuation model wuma yetum nka yebetum zaye dem ejuma nso aban ye na adwen wo bibi ho a sabi it's nature it's one for na wente ya ema kwan mo woko waye inti yenyi West Blue yenyi ho ne ejuma na ya ye dem ejuma se vendor fofo baka ho a sabi onye GCNet no zo won baka ho aban ya na adwen recent one amaka ho asem ni CTN ye tu hon fu biara de CTN na was ban and you feel that you use the manifest here carta ya all contain all the shipping information nyama ogu ehema no da was ban you feel don't know yes shemu kena kakra CTN no on here put up and best spend the musican but we see inti say
inti pacha the city and wutu abanfo
oh ye tu won for papa na kwa me jizi de wa so say deda freight forwarders what year wo krom ha fa them CTN and so we will have a way but government will have a say but government will have its way at the end of the day into wakodo CTN yen kasisi onye integrated into any of the existing system
onam no kwan
inte bisa de what value did it bring into na year to for day e kwan ya work so enka wanye yen na ho na wanye yen kasa na yen hwe mesa ya be na ya kasa
abanyi wona ndikita ho bia
oh mpocho nkita hono menjinze de owo no kwandro
Unipass nkomi
na anye de one data dictionary bra one data architecture bra one fe yimbra menjinze de ehona wotu sebe efon watsna ho wa hwe yen contract nim ina mesa ye betna ho ne yinara sabe abane sika o ya me na wo yeza on chedo mfu Kokrokoo minti na de system order was under one sahara what value is it bringing us on order o ma yadwen okodo papa
na oya no kwai de one contract will expire and no be expire
for chonyampa your contracting on the mama kalaka but your contract now valid until 2023 December
2023 but aban so retwem
na yin tumi yanto ye ba in favor so wa hayara
ka since 2002 ma brobro so yenya ntie se afi na abaka chem se contract be expire 2023
correct
but we under the impression say be expire ni but say no if it's 2023 Unipass no ayade money abide hu kita ho ana say what's the story?
Okay, Kwame, so Pacho Mecca Brofo, why?
Yeah, you feel comfortable that
yes, I'm more comfortable that way. You know, some of the Mukasana, some of the words no esusudodo into the Mecca Brofo.
Can you bet me?
Yes. So the contract is ending 2023. GCNet started, we had a 10-year contract.
Most started 2002.
Yeah,
now 10-year contract.
Yes, so that took us to 2012. And then the contract was renewed in 2013. But instead of
for
10 years,
for another 10 years?
No, what we decided to do, contractually was supposed to be 10 years, but GCNet and government sat down and said, let's do it 2 5-year terms. But then there was a proviso which said that in the middle of the first 5 years, you do what you call the midterm review, which meant that if the company had met certain targets that had been set by government, then you would invoke the midterm review contract, which gives you an automatic extension for another 5 years.
And if it 2012, no, by
2013, 2016, then we had a midterm review.
And I'm here and I'm buying he said, exactly. Automatic 5 years.
Yes, and the rationale for that was to make sure that this is technology we're dealing with, and so you're looking at an entity where every year you're doing year-on-year investments in technology, which runs into millions of dollars. If there's no certainty of a contractual renewal, nobody is going to do that expenditure, and then we all suffer. So government suffers, everybody suffers. So the government took those things into consideration with GCNet, and then they had the midterm review contract. And so sometimes when we hear them saying that, there's no contract, we think that people haven't gone back to look at the documents well, because there's a specific reason why that was done. And the contract took effect once the first 5-year contract elapsed in 2018, and we have this one 2017. So we have this one running up to 2023 December.
Now, so with the introduction of Unipass, does it mean that your contract has been abrogated?
Okay, so Kwame, here's the thing. We got a letter from the senior minister, for instance, where he said that as part of government's vision to move to a single provider who is going to bring end-to-end GCNet in looking at their transitional arrangements should hand over XYZ. And so the company we wrote to government to say, look, we have a contract which ends in 2023. So if you tell us to hand over, how does that work? And those are the kind of conversations we're having with government. Now, government has still...
Before this letter, was there any discussion?
No. So this is where the problem is.
You just received the letter.
Well, yeah. So you're there, and then you get to know that these are the things going on. And so we wrote to government that we have a contract going on. The lawyers wrote to the government that GCNet has a contract which ends 2023, and you need to sit down and have a conversation about this thing, because how is it working? How does it come up that suddenly you come up with a new entity that's supposed to do it? In any case, GCNet also pointed out to the government that the company itself, the solutions are end-to-end. It is not GCNet's fault that you've not been able to utilize end-to-end.
Hold on.
Yes.
As if you've read my mind. I am not a tech person.
Yes.
I've seen end-to-end baby. What exactly is end-to-end? You can say end-to-end at day.
Okay, so let me explain end-to-end. So what government is saying is that we want one vendor, say GCNet, West Blue, whoever, who would be able to be the only party in the chain. So if you are doing your shipping line documents, it's that entity. If you are processing your bill of entry, the customs processes, is that entity. The customs system is that entity. Valuation is done by that entity. So here you're looking at one vendor who is doing everything. Okay. And what we are saying, and I think that Abba made the point earlier on, that when you take something like, and we've heard the minister and all those come on to say, there are multiplicity of vendors. CTN, for instance, is not interfaced to us, it's not interfaced to West Blue, for instance. So if you
but the CTN still operating?
Yeah, well, I think so. The agents still...
if they generate revenue, how do we know?
We don't know. We don't see. Yes.
Who are they answerable to?
Ministry of Finance.
Okay.
Yes. There's SML, Strategic Management Limited, who also provide a service. We have we don't have visibility into what they do. What we know is that GCNet and West Blue talk. Okay, so West Blue performs functions like the valuation. Okay, so they provide system for the customs classification valuation report, and then it's automatically pushed to our system. Then the clearance process goes on. Now, when they talk about a single vendor end-to-end,
so all of this is synced.
Yes, it is synced. And the Kwame, you see, the story about having a single vendor sometimes doesn't make sense, because if you sit and look at technology, and I'll use the analogy of airline bookings, you can also look at Amazon, eBay. When you buy from Amazon, you are not buying from Amazon. There are shops and people behind Amazon who would naturally, there's an orchestration. So Amazon is the one that does all the processing, and all you are interested in is I go to Amazon, I look for a product, I pay for it, and it's delivered to you. That is end to end. But the notion that it has to come from one vendor itself is a defeatist policy, because the way we're looking at it is as if that the best practice in the world doesn't apply. Even if that's the case, GCNet still has an end-to-end system. So why do you want to say that I'm going to get rid of the 35% stake that the government owns? I'm going to go against the government's policy of trying to grow local businesses. So here you already have 35%. You have EcoBank also having shares and others in here, and say that I'm going to dump all that and then go for something that has not been tested. Okay, so those are some of the arguments where we...
But they said they have tested it.
Where? Kwame, where was the test?
Kokrokoo mentioned Temaport.
Oh, Kwame.
He mentioned the Lubu.
Temaport.
He mentioned Aflao.
Oh, Kwame, I think you need to go on the ground to go and see what.
I am only telling you what the minister said.
Yeah, so the minister was not actually telling you the correct thing, because to date, the systems that are being used are the systems provided by the current service providers, GCNet and West Blue. They are still issuing CCVRs. The customs declarations are going on the GCNet system. Clearance is being done.
So what has happened to Unipass?
Kwame,
it went past?
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be there, but nothing is happening. This morning, we even looked at numbers. Declarations are still taking place.
On your system?
Yes, on our system. And we are collecting duties and taxes for government every day.
So what is going on?
Kwame, you know, the thing doesn't add up. A lot of things don't add up. The arguments for Unipass don't add up. And I looked at a report from a GRA team where, and we question, what's the basis of coming up to say that you're coming up with a system that is better than what exists? When they went to Korea last year, they said that they are now coming to develop the single window. But then means that we lied to the people of Ghana by saying that, we are bringing a new single window, because a single window didn't exist. They are now going to do it. They are now going to do risk management. They are now going to do the end-to-end bit. So what exactly did they look at by coming up with this, when the same systems already existed here and have existed for the past almost 20 years?
Kwame.
Why? So what? I know probably there are things you don't want to tell me, but who's behind this?
Kwame, the Unipass contract, I know it was signed by Ministry of Trade between the government of Ghana and Ghana Link Unipass. Now, we've done a lot of checks. We've looked at the Unipass supposed to be operating in Tanzania, where the Tanzanians said that the system doesn't work. Unipass was trying to operate in Ethiopia. It hasn't worked. The Cameroon, same issues. They've tried to do Mauritius, and it doesn't work. And all these things are not things that are hidden. You go online and you find all these things. And so what we're actually doing is actually looking at a competitor to GCNet, because Kupia, which is the technology arm of Korea Customs, is the equivalent of GCNet. The Korean government customs has a stake in Kupia, and then they are supposed to go out. And so we, in one breath, say that we want to grow businesses. The president goes on the investment drive. I want to get people to come and invest in Ghana. And in a different breath, you want to kill the same things that you are trying to do. I don't think we're doing the president any good service.
Are we suggesting he doesn't know?
Well, Kwame, the thing is, just like you said yourself, that you actually don't understand these terms. The president is not looking at the things in the pot like the way a technical person will look at it. So if somebody tells him something, he might not have the full details.
Kwame, my can be big akaka.
Metiaba.
Oya me do de kade Honorable Carlos Ahinkwa obafa ha.
Sorry ba.
Oya me do papa de obaba. On cherry biara ye hen annual general meeting. Ina obaka say na mpocho de ebehu do ye no quarantine it's online. When you Google it, you see. Also, GCNet ni as a papa, what to your room, a money in a long time. This is just 2 years ago. Inti oye muhude.
When then an ministry I can sign.
If he no, oh no, damn question I'm pretty bisa no ba. There as a papa, what to your croy. Ne fi in feel a hin. What done what me pede say there. Abaze no same because actually statistics na for the damn time no academic revenue okoso na so airport I think it's one area abandoned akoko papa
baby said
interventions sir
baby saba na akan commercial had port no ba sama no so because GCNet CTN West Blue Unipass bad some no so
kwame nyima wo wiase afanyinara trading oma aban toa ofi international trade oma aban onyiska in addition to domestic revenue mobilization inti aban nwa kokwa nanyin nemum inyama me feel the nyama baasa no ma ye dwume obezimu anozimu nipa technology in the government nara ni policy a oye ono no ma ye dwuma ozimu anaje arefu we dwuma no ozimu on cherry biara wo je arefu one staff there ba in na staff ni bi wo complain there we dwuma ya won sika ana revenue wo mobilizing auto sin because government intervention and government policy in a debia wakado we meet one target mini one ya adwin because esha meze exemptions abanara ye per revenue so exemptions aban naroma eshe from 2018 to this year minu kese ya yema on the average exemptions of about 4.4 billion. My companies are always a car, we bet to meet you two. So, yes, one call. In Tefa, them 4 billion. Nezeka revenue yenya in a year, we find about 15 billion. Kwame Kasana Yerko Yenimo. So, the guy has a check. Into how do you blame technology for revenue leakages at the port?
Whilst we're blaming technology for revenue leakages or not, Obe say tell Carlos Calo to stop the abrofosem. I know he speaks fluent Fanti, especially when he wants to insult somebody. But on a more serious note, ask him why they refused to give government their data architecture and other relevant information. Did government request something else that GCNet refused to give? Akwesi headquarters, Abilenkpe. Carl, straight up your alley.
Kwame, metra demaka fantika kra.
What's the pedestal room by
my casano? But anyway, Kwame, government troll letter the Yama one data dictionary. In Portugal, data dictionary only how
Moche,
the way information our database. Now, data dictionary are proprietary. You know, it's what comes from your brain, the way you develop your system. It is here the data dictionary my government, not the my Unipass. Or technically, Yama Unipass information will be the reverse engineering system. We are competitors. Exactly. Government so called the Yama one, network architecture. Now, networking or GCNet ne property. So, Osidan Yadama government wasn't my Unipass. What's the Yama one? Information on young personnel, key personnel. Now, when you ask for that, doesn't mean that a company the Unipass, and what exactly do you want?
So you felt you were being stripped naked?
They found another radio station about. Then watch road to Peace FM. Watch you pay one key personnel. You pay to the Kwame from one brand. We are competitors. How does it work? So those are the kind of things. Near that, look, those things won't happen. Government owns the data. We have no problem with that.
So if government owns the data, then government has every right to ask for the data.
No, data. And data, access to data. How does GRA government come up with statistics? On one woman will access data and want to draw one statistics. So we are not holding anything back from government. But
so
the only thing
what were they asking for? What's one from one?
The intellectual property. The things that are unique to the system. That say it's like the keys to your house. Do you give the person the keys to your house? No, you don't. The information that belongs to government, government, but more property on Yentum.
Contract on your government is signing.
Yes.
Or they abandon to me access to the information.
The contract is the government has access to the data.
So
on my day, Kwame, Mama Carl, Mumfaka Kang. If we are new ones in Kitaho Papa. Na oye day yenyim de pinara morocco bi wanyanje ho nanso system no will use motu makaka no we generate and kasa war report what ye dwuma nansen ya onche biara danida woman hen edi kakanka kai wo bede wo behwe yen system na kakra na omde wo pede wo ye bibi ma GRA na wo be ye nyum ko through inyama ye system no ofan nyami ne nyinyi what o ne te nyina wo ho na wo pede ye mo hon mboa biu ya nya na nkote nkofo aba wa behwe yen system yi na emeka de yen model ko we hazard model no de obro ma world custom fo woro kwa apo ya mo wa abrodo inti aban owo access to data na mum mo be ma yen competitor kwan manhwan wetum wa ye one system mesa want to one system don't do my hands and one why is the wine na yes system what's the wine na watch ewa na daw what's the wine na watch enti yen data dictionary na data architecture in now what pay password yen work we eduma for one password oh yeah
request you if you know about trade senior minister
then letter was no.
This one says the government has been touting the achievements of single window since 2017, which other institutions including the University of Ghana has acknowledged. So why does the government want to change a working system? Ransford
now Kwame Pochomaka Kahode and Nancy Vice President, yen system fiti time ye developing na or ye paperless fee. Nemum edume biara yen senya obi obe champion there implementation obi nze na one share them more that was ya Vice President obo him papa. Obe champion name paperless nyamine nyimni after a couple of months and publication me sure they wanna would say so if they are mindful now Google will revenue shot up in yet touted the achievements of the paperless Vice President wo born about do okroma ha inti say Sierra system I develop with MPS new terminal ye wo hwe say Sierra ye kese every 3 minutes be a container poifi portal. Into say Damazi Minjinzi there amanone. I mean I think we are matching the standards out there. Into say you to me ya dama or you hukakra there edwuma ye pede yesan kwayechi onye da yesan kwayechi
obi akade enye won kra no che we business na abantwema obanya judgment debt oy no kara
na Kwame minji nzida so manen or day inyama hia yen wo krom ha papa po inyama hia yen wo kro ayo betum nzida musical yezaye hospital wow project ye
ma ka twe no woman bia also woman
yaba mo bi dodo
I want GCNet
yaba mo
woman incubator be 5 what's woman
yaba mo bi
dabin
yaba mo bi hu de yen adwuma no no was kutie hen the yen corporate governance structure no mu yezen dodo but yen corporate social responsibility ono yaba kan ho asamechiri bia
mate
inti
yeah so judgment debt say Kwabe, so with your judgment debt or taxpayers wonska yeah, we don't think that it is a good thing to do. Why pay judgment debt? In any case, Kwame, Yembisa, you know, down here there was a demonstration war cabinet. A demonstration for government to say that between GCNet, West Blue, na Unipass is the best. I think that Obibaka them were UTV on Friday on government meaning the EMT there one suspend. There was a decision note from EMT. The Unipass one suspend, one but demonstrate the working of the system to government. That has not been done to date. You know, when you are looking at these things, yes, best practice. Even the sole sourcing of the Unipass contract, I think that it's come out. That will be a thing that people are asking questions about it. Let's get to the bottom of these things and answer questions properly. My Ghanaians win your peace. That they want to be able to use their money in proper ways.
Yakade Unipass and started. Juma, what's what catch me there? On ye Juma.
Kwame, Mpocho, in there, assuming there. Something happens with GCNet in the systems of Kodawa, the whole country will come to a stop.
You're joking, right?
I'm not joking. The whole country will come to a stop.
Because
nothing is happening on Unipass. All the clearance were Yan system not do as we speak.
What is sabotage now?
No, Unipass, but Unipass. The mini baby or meaning there was set up for Ministry of Finance Missy Wacher na trainings and bisa agents will complain training or no training the way it's done. We don't have anything to that. In actual fact, young staff work all across the country where some like in Paga 2 weeks ago the place I have provide for agents to use work on disconnecting or Unipass over one training for one staff or for one people. I mean, in facilities that have been provided for by GCNet, we've still not talked about those things because we believe that we'll do due process and we'll raise it to the administration, customs and finance. You know, we believe in following process. That's the thing with GCNet, and so we are going that manner. But yeah, sabotage, no.
Yeah, paga, pocho kwami.
Yeah.
Paga. Yen fuel, JRE one generated in the 110 offices across the length and breadth of Ghana.
GCNet does that.
Oh yes. Yeah, we do, and more. Table, chair. Mowian dema ejuman bokordon onona ehenzi ejuman mfa yeye na onche bia yen fuel la ye provide for generators eno na ho Unipass wo use wo paga ye hwe because if the ejuma okodo na yen yellow abide na dem aka kan ya se na ye generator ye tutu bia but common sense will prevail. Young president, wakasa uti. We are trusting engagement in Yamin Chazi, Yami Bochina, you put your senior minister.
Occasion there, Basimbu.
Osiembra.
Or requesting meeting.
Osiembra. Into your boko, name day. Cool heads and common sense will prevail. At the end of the day, Ghana will be the beneficiary when GCNet continues the operations at the ports.
Kwame,
somebody says, say hi to Carl for me. My PTA executive at Roman Ridge.
Oh dear.
Nana Ano Ami here.
Hey.
Well, that's what happens when you come here. You'll be stripped naked.
Oh, Charlie, Nana,
you will be stripped naked, because there are so many of them I'm not reading because they be a very personal.
Hey.
It's him. But anyway, now you can say.
Kwame, one thing I'm pandemic and government GCNet. Okay, so the majority shareholder SGS will offer some of the shares, 30% actually, or that my government there. Look, we're ready to reduce our interest in the company for government to take up that share offer. And so we believe that at the end of the day, something will come out. But what we know for a fact is that what anybody comes to say the system that is coming is better than GCNet on Yanukwara.
What makes you think that what's in here better?
Oh, Kwame, because we know. Because we've looked at all the systems. We've looked at the Unipass in Tanzania. We know Unipass in Korea. And we know what we have here.
Explain a bit to us.
Kwame, share. Unipass. If it's not for Ghana, in Chebonyi single window, Mana will develop. And on here from Emi, Jerry, Nankasa one report. Unipass. Mana was risk management is something they were developing. This is last year's report. Now, if you claim that the system at Waterban are better than a year, on what basis then did you write a report that these things are now going to be developed? That's not all. Then they also the other one for the trader direct inputs, which is on the year system agents now, all the users, and they sit in their premises and then they get the permit exemptions. In Korea, they were not doing permit exemptions, so they scan. You actually will go to the agencies, do those things, now document and scan and submit to customs. Ghana didn't onto them. It's now you in your office, and then you send to EPA, FDA, all those ones. They'll send a response, and it automatically goes to customs, and you just reference it. So this was a better system. It is not that Unipass is catching up with this one.
So why are we changing what we have?
That's why we're asking the questions. That what is the basis? Until America, on your technical, the whole argument, and it's not technical.
What
it's
is
something
it?
else.
Is it political?
Well, Kwame, I don't know whether it's political. Whatever it is, it doesn't make sense because Kwame, the taxpayer is being shortchanged, and I'll give you the reason. Government was 35% for GCNet.
Yeah.
Until every year, profit 35% yet my government besides the taxes that we pay. Yet we charge importers 0.4 FOB. That's how we make the money. And out of that, they share GRE. So the things are Abakai generators, infrastructure, PCs, BBR, Yatamawan. And then West Blue is 0.28. Sometimes the arguments and what about also West Blue charge 1%. It is 0.28. Into said the Boma is actually 0.68. That's what the cost to the taxpayer.
That is a combination of West Blue and GCNet. 0.68.
No, actually, the new Unipass contract now, it is 0.75. 0.75. And there's no dividend to government. Government doesn't get.
How is that possible?
No, because it's only for Ghana Link. There's no dividend to government. We have the contract. We've looked at it.
Or your
no,
company, private company.
There's the B and C. So when you look at the contract, there are three places. The fee section. The A is 0.75, where government is not getting anything, and it's very explicit. What are the B and C, which is the revenue from transit, the transit of fuel. Government being 40%, and those two at the moment you not get more than $3 million. It's about $2.5 million.
A day, a month, a year, or what?
The whole year.
Yes, so dividends
I salute Carl and Abba. I've sent a similar message before. Kwame, GCNet is an ISO certified company whose ethics on money is A+. They cannot dish out money to anyone for no work done. GCNet can support state projects but cannot put money in private pockets. I know because I worked for GCNet before. Bifranglo in Takrady. What name is Bifranglo? Anyway, I am a say Carlos Kingsley Ahenkra Oye Mrashe Bedreni Ewo, one of my constituencies. Some of my constituencies doso. Bakuya Tema West, Bakuya Lejokuku, Bakuya also West Wogon. Inti eme de se Carlos Kingsley Henkra ye mrahye bedwani inti meet me akaso ye me MP Emma Tema West was also a deputy minister trade and industry. Na Carlos Machi
yemu
akwa banso
asa boko
ekwe yimi hu TV so
yeah na mo ban bushi me abetra asisi
ye share that pa ye share that pa because when you drew hey die na o see ebisa o say Unipass yes enye adwuma
oh yes enye adwuma element ye no
and me catch it.
Oh, I see. Maintain no na mako bisahwe.
Yes, enye adwuma. Na Carlos, nedika edi ene Unipass.
Kwa mamencha no permencha T4. Na menka sa o communist inferior tisi am say unyai. Free friend say collaborate because we free UTV. Me do abontin amafo godo. That's why kwame so hia wase wa. Na that's I've been remember as Unipass. You are here. Normally ya nan ka be mpese me di sanu me hon komo because e trebia me kan na me nuanu wo habon ya no mon time timase na o me take no in a different way. Enti ebe we be as e buy na ma try say me stay away because Deputy Minister of Finance Kokrokoo acting on them say handle side we all along into no and he's handling also very well. Inti yana me mpese me demand betum but what my would my better have be some media me beka ho kakra kwame Unipass say somewhere 2015 abanda da etwa mu no and omo realize say ese yema customs for ye omo call mandate of valuation na omo anka say to me value and your my de backroom harmony to ho duty no and here say be create platform on the base obe kaya ta be free by 2008 no ya dream bibi sa and the kofa company be a friend what's the name of that company again okay company crime am call court who we need judgment of the court of justice by 186 million against Ghana.
Bank switch.
Blue, what was it?
Bank switch.
Bank switch. Now the whole idea and say concept they say WTO indicates a destination inspection. Now in doing the destination inspection, now a important say a custom force obey your man some core function of valuation of goods imported in the country. And you started visa buying I train we buy na omo a bank switch free ho. A moment the court near the other. And your man 2015. And we decided say ombe court sa WTO ina ya sign ratify no enti 2015 omko fa Korea fui buy from Kupia Unipass fui ama omo be ye needs and gaps analysis omo training kakra the cost of obi kra Korea by up and down.
That was 2015
enti say time on be sign contract that started kasa de nyemu 2015 buy and they need the first time because they needed a local operators platform to work on enti omo link and a Ghana link no and omo Ghana link enyina and a year 2015 sa assessment enti omo a year ready so be sign contract after by 6 months over buy any ombe no and a buy no say there be Yedebema West Blue that na West Blue company on Nigeria baby mu free buy baby mu buy me minim and Yedema West Blue for and the Korea for no were free in fact they were very angry and no free crew man must say no money ade no the coy na ye buy no and you realize the West Blue ya ye king omoni GCNet omontemongo in fact to tell you honest truth no GCNet is a company I me feel say me baby because me can't be pan a GCNet drew baby adri almost started first in 2002 yen me name number 4 years me tema central MPKB tema central region friends chairman Kutin and a Frank Sapon film shipping yen 4 and I say ombeka chewa ye call round ye chiche yimu just monitoring to see how it was working back and forth and and GCNet. Now I've always seen GCNet as a big transformation to revenue collection systems in Ghana. In fact,
entirely
maybe baho GCNet Debbie me catch on say is like a Leyland truck with 12 gears that was always driving on the 6th gear. They have so much room for improvement. But unfortunately, they didn't want to play the politics of business. And many GCNet in Pennyford Transit can maybe. Sa portal on person rule am cost of the evaluation. You can do it easily. Why don't you do it? But they will tell you, say politicians name you cannot. Let them say go and do what is everybody else doing that GCNet cannot do. What is everybody play? What politics everybody play that GCNet cannot play? And you can understand them because I'm on Abrofu and Abrofu no on politics playing a bit different. You know what I mean? GCNet was not able to, put themselves up in that position. But I'm telling you,
Unipass beats me.
Maybe they could have done this easily. But you realize they say West Blue and GCNet were not talking. In fact, if GCNet was up here, West Blue was down, and the two license systems were not the same. In IT, in IT.
And IT only see
at one of my meetings, paperless friend is saying manual reform. My IT say if two licenses are not the same, that's about we hide just about yellow one upgrading to their level and send to me. I join it.
But some we are together.
Come remember, showed a lot of loopholes. For example, we detected between the Range Rover about Ghana, I would try 5,000 Ghana cedis. No way. Why? Because the GCNet system and the West Blue system were not plugged in. And so people were using that, taking that advantage and taking goods out. 40-footer container will be the 11,000 Ghana cedis. No, they appear.
Inti adentina yemma omumienu no. Any kita home could do baby, you been your home for so. Rather than cancelling the whole thing.
You think we have not tried? You have tried several times. In fact, Benfan say Abia Nansen sa issues started say bagidi, and the say there's a little collaboration because the main problem they say in the time of the previous government, West Blue was trying to swallow GCNet Kesieno, and whilst GCNet was professing a certain single window, West Blue was also professing their own single window. And two double single windows. And that is always a challenge for any government. Honestly, I am not happy to see GCNet lose this. And they know. Because I have been in the system with GCNet from day one, and I know what they represent. But when it gets to a time, and as a pointer, I freely say, the only free two companies put together, no M11. He has to take a decision. And about decision, it came say, you have from a GCNet, and I'm from a West Blue. And what will happen if you give to GCNet, and what will happen if you give to West Blue? So it became a situation whereby won't mean the money pa baako, no jani pa baako. So Abai had to take a decision and decide, say, you be use nipa baako. You be use nipa baako no. We went back and we realized that before then, na ya invite Kupia for na baha. I'm your trial system now, and of course, we didn't want to look, too far because it was a situation. Let's see, solve it immediately. Your Korea for cry by cry. They didn't want to come because they were not happy what happened previously.
Why do we think that we have to bring the Korea?
But there was a lot of gaps and loopholes.
Carlos, Carlos, wait, Carlos. We are buying.
Yes.
2 million equity. GCNet and West Blue. You fan say, Omukita Mudienu and Konenim. Are you saying say buying? Say buying can say West Blue need GCNet. Mukita Mudiena and Konenim. Me mamo na watch me answer. Mon resolve mu issues. To me,
Kwame, say GCNet for a team in Jay. So I'm catch them say if such an instruction has never been issued before, I'll be surprised.
So who was the stumbling block?
The stumbling block was the fact say the smaller one wanted to swallow the bigger one.
And the free one.
Why the Bema instructions on free one? You see,
Carlos, me but me used to say common sense. One year buying. For purposes of this conversation, Ketwani Penini and Edi Kitahon.
Yes.
Ketwa ye 2 for us. I buy bet me I can say migumumi enunyina. Tisenya maye. I'm saying my mind therefore can say kitwa no problem ni dia. Kitwa twon ho. The same
problem ni dia.
So now who can say kitwa problem? It's only problem. Onche no way.
Yes. But the point is say
adentina afed your mumi enunyina ye bomagu. Ni akofa Unipass aba Unipass ya mo say ba ya anye yade ebufu ba mo kom baby. Once I go for aba. Inti efe no ma be no fufu. Meanwhile, mo say Unipass fiase. But be support. Carlos who adwuma freight forwarding. Ye bisa microphone ni bi. Ye bisa port phone ni bi. I'm saying nothing is happening. They're still working on GCNet. And up your car. Any ababeka says still a GCNet system some the adwuma. Sabi na ye ni minti ya fa phone. Ya check ni na. No correct. So Unipass is not working. Meanwhile, who ministry trade na sign here meboa.
Yes.
So how comes Abe Ministry of Finance they pay AD anymore?
Okay. Kwame Edi Kaino. Just by the fact say the smaller partner, no, which is West Blue, in the past government was given a bigger role to play in all this. Indeed. About more than 40 companies can register on the GCNet platform. Friends, electronic data interchange for a TradeNet system. Me feel say it's the way to go in today's friends e-trade. Now, I buy a chairman the opportunity. So no more needs and gaps analysis. Now we create a single window for Ghana. Now GCNet for claim single, I'm some claim single window. It became a whole lot of problem. Now I know aside no. All the tone chair. It doesn't also mean that GCNet no more problems. There were certain teething problems for a very long time. Now GCNet for and to me. Me fan say, I'm correct. Me because I want to be. Bet me correct. Be there. Tell me I make a say fault ni be free. Even say one. On me catch your moment here. Say almost so far a lot of downtimes, or sometimes almost so far downtimes. You juma SBB internet tick next or my best repair the other. And for them fans they happen everywhere in this EDI systems. Idea back one in here yempa say ye electronic data interchange. The fact say traders, importers, and by the extension agents were supposed to be able to sit in their office and make payment to the banks and asset customs at the comfort of Omankasa office. Without necessarily having to go to the bank. No as well as Ghana must go back. Go bank from day one. And you started seeing GCNet. When I was the president of Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, I remember saying this was something I was fighting to get on board. Someone rose our portal. Now you to be and I make say they were driving on a 6 gear for a truck that had about 12 years. 12 years. GCNet for Ankasa had their own, small problems. Kwame, Obama a fester into that situation. Now, I don't know whether you are aware. Say piloting everywhere in Ghana.
Unipass. Yes,
Unipass no. And I don't know. Say and come a friend saying communication free minister for senior minister office no. I listed ports another points as entry points as on practice. Tema Port is not part of it. Many sure class airport.
Hold on. Tema Port is not part of it. Which is our biggest port.
Yes, but and
we're not piloting there.
That's why you can't start it from there. No, you have to start from the smaller places and bring it there.
But Carlos, and your honor volumes no doors.
That is why you cannot do it like that. Kwame, it is very natural.
It may be so. Baby, our traffic no so no. Young pilot to near the cover be traffic ni so.
Yes.
Yet the baba be a sooner.
That I know who every problem be won't be any who that.
How about the challenges of even volumes kekempo?
The volumes no has never been a problem. Near a problem how the system works, how it communicates, the way manner to solve problems when they come, and so on and so forth. Would be even started with baby a friend saying volume near very very high. Would be started from smaller places. All the exit points and I say entry points of this country are using Unipass. And them say I don't know whether Takrady is part of it. I should think so. Because I cannot, way.
Is it not interesting as a trade minister? You're not even sure if Takrady is part
of it. I will tell you why. The reason being that it is become very obvious. Trade net system, has actually only been looking at revenue collection for this past, say, 20 years, I say 15 years here buying. And the Ministry of Finance and any GCNet for even I mean, okay, say how many GCNet for D in Kitahuana sense I was also saying Ministry of Trade for, but a trade facilitation function I contain a WTO a friend saying trade facilitation agreement for single window, and all these functions we signed them. Say, the fact say GCNet and they only be 40, 45, 50 companies are to platforms, so including even Registrar General's Department, Food and Drugs Authority, Ghana Standards Authority, even National Security is on the system. Just to ensure you're populating on one system, will be able to know what is going on everywhere.
But is that not transparency?
That is what TradeNet is all supposed to be about. Honestly.
And a GCNet are you winning?
Yes. I won't sit here, never. Not even anywhere. No man can't GCNet in chef form. No, they have done very, very well. Me started Ohabo in 1987. No, now you issue a friend saying SAD, single administrative document. No. What I have taught for the affiliate if you on your basi kuda. No, be customs data, a friends, a collection, a EBA, and no be asana, a TradeNet IBA. And I know the transformation. From Asikuda Krapos to TradeNet, no, I know the transformation or the development that GCNet represents in all this. But Ama system not actually in a way, Kwame, it's very difficult to say decision about we are taking appropriate. Waka said there are several decisions we could have taken. Others than Kibe West Blue, and as Kibe Union as an IE, and Kibe GCNet. There were 3 decisions. But President the Share, Nasabia or Share, Okoye West Blue, Ebeka Sabia, Bakoye political friends.
That's West Blue, contract be expired this year.
Oh, I expired. Contract expired 2018. Until
I expire, we can decide not to renew. That's the way of kicking them out.
It has not even not been renewed.
GCNet
just hanging on.
GCNet will expire in 2023.
That is arguable.
And
just something to say, GCNet contract was supposed to expire in 2018. 2018, I think September. 2016 October. I will be ending the trend and as Pugabra. A renewal for another 5 years.
Who was Spiogabra?
Spiogabra was the Minister of Trade.
Did he have authority to?
No, not at that time because
so why aren't you in court?
No, why do you go to court? We have the authority. If they want, they can go to court. They have every right to go to court.
Mebao, Minister of Trade.
Yes.
And a renew
as a contract 2 years before time. Mo contract
is it not in their contract? Say midterm review. Is it not there?
Midterm review doesn't mean renewing.
No.
But
I want clarity.
No, I think it's important to clarify
clarity. Yeah, your contract.
Yes.
We've done all kinds of contracts before.
Yes.
Your contract. You say a 10-year contract.
Yes.
After the first 5 years, we'll review. You review near her say be a benchmarks you set tomorrow, and then yes. Obia the need yes swa. Yes, I will to me say another 5 years. And now see a betria sign. Meboa. Some many contracts are like that. Say minister no amam review. Now say wa more up to 23 years. Let's just say they have a contract that is valid to 2023. Signed by a minister of state in charge of their sector.
Kwame.
Yes,
no. I'm a lawyer. What I know is say the Attorney General has given his opinion on this, and as far as we are concerned, we are free and out in the sunshine because
Attorney General
yes, Attorney General is only West Blue, but an opinion was sought from Attorney General, and it has come to light say that contract cannot hold water because 2 clear years before expiration. That's a woman minister. So far as why a review I can cry. That's a person renewal. You don't give 2 years, especially when you know the government had a possible chance going forward. Now you will 2 years. Kwame, as a funny in the sense, a friend is saying,
because Carlos, so can we pay? Like I said, then all of this thing you're doing is just politics.
No, it's not.
It's for the politics of it.
Kwame, what if Exxon Cubic as a wine
Exxon Cubic.
Exxon Cubic. Good. Yes, I'm contract bound. The person who signed was valid. Or we had a friend saying to sign. He has a right to sign. Because Supreme Court, what did Supreme Court say? They're turning it off. Because it was not appropriate for them to sign at that time. Mr. Enemy, because I'm a lawyer, and I'm not going to visit here and portray, say, maybe be caught into the merits of that case.
Okay,
what we have as a ministry, say, we say, Attorney General, a lawyer, and the information to command is all my opinion. In our opinion, what is it? We don't have anything to do with GCNet after 2018. Yabasi renewal is up to us. Yabasi renewal up to them. They have every right to go to court. If I were them,
Unipass, Papa Sing West Blue, GCNet.
At this juncture, I mean, use Unipass because Kwame is they're free. Me call
but we are minister in the
minister but the minister say me you can say Papa say no and I make about me you suye and as of operationality in the
but Carlos who you suye based on what and our ministry signed
ni omo de be kire
nya hwan de be kire
ni Unipass one buy one be demonstration said one be 2015 no on be the same demonstration chain na ye hwe no na nyoma ni bia say makaka che odada no any GCNet so no na they were showing say immediately for example so better office no trade duty now on first can kon am rob bia nkonko chase you no
na say no GCNet ana
I'm running out up until now, and I don't know why we didn't do that.
What you said is not factually correct.
Why?
It's not correct.
Why?
E-payments have been on for I don't know how many years.
E-payment.
E-payment exists. Carlos, you don't know.
Well, then I don't know.
So you don't know.
When did the E-payment start?
I'm sure.
Because I've been in my office until 2017 when I left freight forwarding, and after that time you call
we've done e-payment. No, you know. So let's changing habits is one thing. E-payment has been done to the extent that even GIPS, there's a connection to GIPS. So if you want to connect, it can be done.
I'm talking about the GIPS here, internal revenue.
Yes, but no, I'm not talking about internal revenue.
But what are you talking about?
Integrated payment and settlement systems. So to all banks. So that connection is even there.
But
so
Carlos,
fidelity.
Carlos,
I can go and pay to customs. People are listening to you.
Carlos,
you know you never got there. You had a potential.
Please, let me direct my conversation.
Okay.
Carlos,
boss.
2016 October.
Yes.
And I can say Spielgabra's trade minister.
Yes.
Renewal. Now election year.
Oh, when your election year. Kwame na make say when it comes to that
because yes, your election year.
Beba, when it
comes to the same thing.
Beba, but so whether election year or not, me say we've sought the opinion of our lawyers, which is the Attorney General. According to the Attorney General, they don't have any leg to stand on. So we should go ahead and do what we have to do. And that's exactly what we have to do.
Yes,
so Attorney General said there be almost renewal and valid. We would have gone for it.
How about this? And Kofa a year Jumano. Freight forwarders, shippers,
yes.
Industry players. Obi about GCNet, so including your good self out here.
I would never be.
And if it is a GCNet and whatever, bit my year Jumana. Why are we looking to start a whole new process? Meanwhile, also Unipass. Yeah, pilot. Movie says why I say Nkoyi.
Who's that?
Carlos, as we speak this morning.
Me,
I have no interest in this.
I know what I'm making about.
So I am only asking based on Nyama and Mate.
Okay.
As we speak, and not pay 16th of March. GCNet systems and I actually hear Juma report. Me boy.
Me na makacho se Tamaport nka pilot no. Tamaport is still GCNet. Airport still a GCNet. I don't know. Then I'm saying no. I don't know where Takra is part of it. But all the other entry points, no, Unipass. And I would please beg of you, we national a friend is saying person here will be as a very important figure in these matters. I will try to go deep down it no. So when your opportunity, but your friend Unipass was better than our friend Papa for better. Now friend West Blue. I don't you see Kwame. My main customer I may yapa for GCNet. Honestly, I know my association. And I may know more interaction no and a banasa. And now say many o my jumache. O my boy madam for Mr. Daku madam for car you know private in my private life there have been people that have worked with so many but unfortunately akwako fawon e wo kwan bi so a they know perfectly well. I have turned even myself as an advisor at a point. I mean, no more can say very possible. They should even find a way and see how they can plug in with Unipass. Now Unipass and no more joint ventureship. It's something
since 2018, according to you, and a GCNet license we.
Yes. 2018, I'm license we. Right now, no, they are only operating based on.
So, are we saying, sir, since 2018, they've been operating illegally?
No, they are not operating illegally. It's like West Blue.
Coming,
Mr. Wa. Now, your election year move and almost sign the contract. It's, I mean, Madame Papa, Madame Papa, na only baby I'm voting the
oh boy, vote them but you see, let's look at something. Media may every time a catch.
No, Carlos, wait, let's answer my question first.
Okay,
2018. So in the last 2 years now, what authority na GCNet to the age? If it is true, say 2018 on license na wua.
Yes.
On contract 20 authority been on the age.
I think some more MOU and more letter me from Ministry of Finance.
That is not true.
I think, say, take your time.
So what you're saying that we're operating illegally?
Yes, so it means you're operating illegally. Carlos, that's some way illegally.
Oh, the Benya illegally.
No, they can't tell you need to know the.
See, for example,
the contract to P7 expired June 2018. Up to now, and then March 2020.
Yes.
Now, sir, despite the fact that this in renew year.
Yeah.
Kwame. That's how I'm operating illegal.
Kwame, meti hey, me a deputy minister.
Papa.
Carl, a manager. Abba, a manager. ABI, your seniors know what document be your name, but I can tell you, say, meaning perfectly well. Say time a contract expired, I just the expired. Me minister show letter echo my GCNet. Without even thinking about that renewal, no. Before 2018 expired, no. I'm sure the car should know this because we have a management meeting. Your show letter come out indicating when this contract was expiring, and probably ask them to hang on that appropriate time when we want them to, release this whole thing back to government. My advice would be car and GCNet for Mamo Mayem me adi bibi ayene aban de be kontokwa. Because you have done so perfectly well for the country Ghana. Nobody would dispute that. And secondly, there is no way Ababit Miakas a GCNet Monko free. Nothing is going to happen. And I say, no. You form part of the economic development and the growth of this country.
Amen.
And I won't let me say, you see, I know who GCNet is. You are just unfortunate say company for probably share Mwasia. Mama blues and as mama problem, and that time you guys were so quiet because obia into so quiet. But we say happen because you cannot deny. You cannot deny you don't know see a buyer no be you bring over 5,000. You know this. You cannot deny see a buyer no be you 40 for that container 11,000 and way happen. How do you expect the government of the day to even raise revenue to develop the country? And Sabina taking one of these three decisions. So okay, I think say let us find a way a bit GCNet are relevant in all these new developments.
But how does GCNet become relevant?
Can I just make a point?
GCNet relevant. My entire
I'd like to respond to we say first.
I'm sorry, respond.
Okay. I want to let's start from the contract issue, okay? And I'm going to read the contract. And this was on the it's at 28th of October 2016 between Ghana and Ministry of Trade.
What's the date again?
28th October 2016.
2016. Yeah, okay. And it goes on the second paragraph. It says, whereas on 23rd August 2013, the two parties entered into an agreement supplement to the original agreement entered into between the parties on the second day of October 2000, hereinafter called the original contract. The supplementary agreement called for the conduct of a mid-term review of GCNet's performance. Okay, so it's on that basis that the mid-term is carried. So if anybody tells you that the contract was invalid, no, but it is.
No, but what you are reading that means they should renew. Midterm, no, in the middle, then you renew. No, midterm is to see what you have done in the previous. Then going forward, say do 2018 and then renew.
So hold on. In the same contract, it says, whereas clause 1.5 of the supplementary agreement also noted that upon a satisfactory completion. And so you are talking about
completion of what?
Completion of a midterm review of GCNet's performance. So, Carlos, I think it's
go ahead. You go ahead and read.
The original agreement may be extended for a further term of 5 years on the recommendation of the review committee. So that the review committee, including the Ministry of Trade, Ministry of Finance, it was chaired by Ministry of Finance.
At what point is this extension supposed to be given? Is it at the when your
mid-term? Carlos, mid-term is mid-term.
Well, anyway, so please, as I said, I'm not a lawyer. So go to court. You are free to go to court.
Don't worry. These things will happen.
You are free to go to court.
Say no. GCNet contract.
Honestly speaking, that is what the government of the day is saying. Say GCNet for the port revenue mobilization and revenue collection is no more. But it doesn't mean GCNet is out. Kwame, if you had be our own country, it will be a friend of gifts. Any GRE for NA. All the friend is saying internal revenue, and I say DTRD, domestic tax revenue, it is collected on GCNet.
Why not? Who owns Unipass? Unipass, why there?
Korea friends, customs.
Korea Customs.
Yes.
And Ghana are buying Chefa Wumi.
I don't know, but I think Ghana are buying at this juncture data ni BBI and there. But Omo Yusu a private person, Ghana Link, as a platform to launch the Unipass project.
I see. And GCNet, no Ghana on my mono chef, Ghana buying chef.
Oh, so what can say we are GCNet?
Maybe Sakeke. Maybe Sakeke.
Ghana. Oh, okay. What Ghana buying? I mean, can say your commercial bank room, your GRE room, and your I think Gapo and GSA. All these three people operate their different accounts. And make sure consolidated fund them. And it's a okay say a buying and the woman, a buying was zero. I would say a buying was zero. But they always make this argument.
But GRE, say GRE, our interest will be I buy
but that doesn't mean that the money accrues to government's consolidated fund.
Now,
friends, a GRE for office.
But does it not mean
it goes to Ministry of Finance?
Does it not therefore mean
if it goes to Ministry of Finance, it doesn't go into the consolidated fund?
Carlos, now I come Ministry of Finance, I want
the money doesn't go to GRE.
Says come Ministry of Finance, I want Carlos, says Sika Ministry of Finance, I want
Oh, you could say that. Exactly. But what I'm saying is, any kind of side, only GRE is going to pay because commercial bank and Minister of Finance.
Now, said a buying commercial bank. Is it not in a buying's interest that commercial bank will be commercially viable? GRE will be commercially viable. Shippers can commercial because Ombenya sabi a 20 idea.
That is not their core function. Commercial bank is supposed to do their commercial banking and media money. They were lucky. They were lucky. When GCNet was coming on board, as people were asked to buy shares and come on board. Even me, that time, I'm chairman of GIF. Almost my 5%. Nobody was prepared to bring money, and you lose 5%. And can they get 5% shareholders of GCNet? Commercial bank, any Eco Bank, and a toy banks now can nobody bought. And a Ghana's Shippers Authority with the able leadership of Kovimia on some motor shares. But what I'm saying is, since the Ghana Shippers Authority, now commercial bank, how can you say a buying company here by buy? I think they oversimplified. So who can GRE say finance? No crowd finance one just no go because I have to find out whether it goes in the consolidated fund. And don't forget, I've just served on the GRE board, and I can tell you, say if that money comes in, it's not part of the consider in a consolidated fund. And the workers are buying there. What do you mean? A political talk that people are using to buttress and as a support their point. Say I buy a hand, but be that as it may. And then probably with GCNet no. A good possibility says yes over the ACCA because they are telling us some part of the system does not belong to us. When in actual fact we have always known SAR system will belong to a buying. Almost yes, our trade system no platform and be with I friend GCMS. GCMS near cost of phone one kum obi and kum. And we thought once custom own that data. Custom service in a cost of what everything therein and its friends embodiment no bind there. And a lot of things are coming out. And how many senior minister back and forth banter.
Someone say more meeting or Anna. But Carlos.
Yes, boss.
If Nyamiti and prayer, the Unipass deal is a done deal, right?
Long ago.
Good. Inti
PPA website
senior minister person engage GCNet no.
Oh, now Kwame Mon can share.
Maybe so.
Okay. You catch your money. Senior Minister Atro Akoma GCNet say, Omo release a bank data nina concerning me fan say, any cost suspense regime, boy housing, and in your mass annual nina, move for data in our popularity onto the Unipass system. Na microphone to your machuma. GCNet so money.
Unipass Ukroya. They should empower Unipass to work.
But you are not understanding me. Information data be a bind there.
How is it possible, sir, under the arrangement? So information you are buying there, are buying access to the information. How possible?
Good. I don't know you suffer all this while. Customs and prepare to take over this information from time immemorial. Customs IT department was supposed to take full charge, full control.
GCNet has been here for 18 years.
Yes.
And in the 18 years, Abaya Abakunina, Obia, assuming it's any outcome is to be believed.
Yes.
Obia didn't think it wise to empower. No, maybe into Obia and who said we should empower our customs to be able to do this.
Is a question I like to ask Abaya
including yours.
Including mine.
Because between 2002 and 2008, you were in power.
Oh, yeah, we're in power. Yes, of course, that's true. And I can tell you, sir, during those times, that was those teaching friends saying age period of the GCNet. Because almost I contract, almost started in 98, Gateway Project, under Danabodakwi. Only first was assigned. Sa contractee under Gateway Project. Yes, sign a friend says single window adi start commencing I think from 2002 and we were looking at it from that time to see free abem. If free abem no, I don't know what happened again. Up and until this point, Kwame, according to GCNet, no, there are certain portions of this programmer we don't own it. I find it very challenging because any information I would GCNet we here for anything. A data buying here to cover his revenue collection. I don't mean her contract, no. But I know that somewhere every time they were discussing, says we are binding, we are binding, we are binding. And they, your cast yes, son, Monfema GC Unipass, that's what we are going to discuss tomorrow. Because Senior Minister is finding it very worrying to understand. Say, Ading, and I mean, Makasem, Yachom letter that I said, catch up from more GCNet into Unipass. Monfa document a friend saying, data woman in Uncle here the Bay Jumano, one popularity on the Unipass, Mosiam.
But is it fair? Would you say fair? Say me data me one.
And then idea, I am buying data.
But how come I buy any access to that information? I buy the why don't you have access to it? Because they say send a meme TS and say Ejuma GCNet yan. Ye Jeffrey from Musem Ediama Unipass, right?
Yeah.
That is what it is.
Yes.
Intino Obi Bisanti, ye Gigana Juma de Akoma Korea for.
Oh, there be Korea for now. What? Let me
say Unipass, Korea customs.
Let me tell you what we are doing differently. One problem here, see Unipass says GCNet says yeah, Senior Minister throwing. This time, Korea system no, they are only preparing the platform for us with a link, with Ghana Link as a platform. Everything they're in now will be owned by customs.
But Ghana Link said Ghana had that.
Yes.
Da.
Yes.
And eguye.
Abanji Omajuma Film and seven.
It's Abanji Ajumani
still working. They are still in the port.
It's okay, Carlos. It's Abanji Ghana Link Ajuma Film.
Yes.
Meba. It is a say Musumo GCNet Ajuma Film. So Eda Akoma Ghana Link.
What we say? What in the car kind?
Sabi me who the American say? Who say Ghana Link na Ajuma Ghana? And Abanji Ajuma Film Musem.
Yeah.
It says Musumo GCNet Ajuma Sandi Akoma Ghana Link.
What can I say? Aji Ghana Link.
I don't know. What's about you? What's about you? Carlos, Mr. Majuan Mintias you. It is a say no. I'm actually flying blind and listening. What's say Ghana Link here more Ghana, but I bind you Majuma film.
Yes, I know. Fine, 5 companies.
And as I say, no Mosumoji GCNet Jumadia Koma Ghana Link.
Debbie, who can say what can I try? I mean,
Abasi sanity.
Abari. Kwame, you want to say?
Meet you, Carlos.
Now your destination inspection companies. Normally, you say 5 as a 5 or 6. I don't know. I don't remember. 5. Okay. Now, certain medical catcher or no. I buying this idea say under WTO trade facilitation agreement no Ghana Link for custom for any core function of valuation no and we decided say the station special competition no they have to cease. That means renew contract no after 2015 and they say renew contract there now say any platform a custom for between start evaluation no and the Ghana Link, Bivac, GSL, Web Fontaine and SR companies they have to bring their business to a halt. Call hibernation no not friends saying Ghana Link they were still working because Ghana Link and the only scanning machines now a port no and in a WTO a friend saying arrangement no yet the non-intrusive friend saying scanning examination of goods I be man a report in them and because to be into two scanning in free hono I buy so no science scanning contract different now this scanning no juma and the West Blue Ghana Link was still in the system but however time one 2015 I notice so for Korea for the buy no Korea for the car said they will need a platform to work on and as to support our system no and somehow I don't know how Ghana Link was even chosen. Somehow Ghana Link came into the picture.
Somehow?
Somehow. But that's not that time, 2015. Na oma yedwuma bi
adanti na musa de Ghana Link by
because na oma yedwuma no de
party
tie kwam yenya party ni yae but there be ways now with the politics
I was going to come there because me shada bisa say a political decision
and my answer question answer no waka because a political decision yen kwa de Ghana Link for buy a NDC for the don buy
I know almost ankoy it's other na musa de
na kwame someone from someone ba they are the ones that have been doing the work with these people omo na crofana comfortable with them because by 6 months ni nyina no they were with Ghana Link and they had plugged into their system. They were comfortable. And
so do we really need Unipass?
If you ask me, for there's a mere reason said 2 single windows here existing. No, we need a single window, 1 single window. And it is yet me for that we need Unipass.
Now yet me for West Blue ne GCNet yeah we need Unipass. Right. Okay. So if West Blue, as you said, contract in HM.
GCNet is the HM.
Now GCNet HM.
Also HM, yeah.
But GCNet,
but GCNet contract.
Okay, but GCNet has worked.
Why
for the last 2 years? Also, contract HM no. On my ejuma.
Yes, and they are getting paid for it.
We have dealt with an illegal entity then.
No, not at all. Me catch went here. Me catch will say, me catch will say, me minister time and contract be expired 2018. No. He sent a letter to GCNet informing them of the expiration of the contract.
Yeah.
And in the letter, or indicated Chon say, "Omo hang it on till when that time comes." Because Omo hang it buying a source document niaje. I think
that letter be answered.
Well, if it was a letter like that, there was some arrangement. I know. Men because I mean, deputy, almost all the managers. Maybe a top for no woman can't. But I know that there was something like that. And if you give me the opportunity, I will be able to prove it to you. Because you say, we are in a commercial world, we are saying in some business. I don't think, say, you bet me a man try, say, GCNet for winning contract, we as one town.
Carl and Carlos and Abba. Young senior minister meet you at China.
And the match woman, tell me that I did it's a done deal. We are not going to come back and say, GCNet and Zambra back. I don't think it won't happen. I must be frank with you. Right now, what the CNM is going to tell them and say, sir, data no more keeping a buying data. In fact, GCNet forecast say, kind of create from the beginning. Almost some number system. Okay, I'm buying everything that is going to be operate on that system belongs to government. I don't know why now some part of it does not belong to government anymore and they are claiming it. And the senior minister is only going to appeal to them. Now after appeal, I think that what will happen. But so far, it is not like senior minister is going to now explain to them. Say Debbie, we have passed this time long and gone. Their senior men have met with senior minister. Even up to the president, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know.
But you know West Blue is still working at the port, right?
West Blue is also working, yes.
But you said the contract is expired. So based on what are they working?
They have been given a letter by Minister of Finance to carry on.
Then it's not expired.
It has Kwame. Your contract.
Carlos, me no contract.
Chem.
What's that your crata? Ama me say mentwaso.
And your contract renewal.
Na
me know your contract. Me know your contract. But when you say time I best for me, say me the whole thing.
Afna. The politicians.
West Blue's contract has expired.
Yes.
But West Blue does you more port.
Because they have been written to continue on.
In what capacity?
In that capacity of that letter. In fact, the amount of problem you happy.
So that letter, when does it expire? When does the authority of that letter expire?
Kwame, I don't have the content of the letter. But me sure say other Kokrokoo or the Minister of Finance should have it. But the point is, Kwame, I mean, someone say yes, this whole thing is supposed to be a trade facilitation function. And it is since 1998 that I would have signed first one as the Minister of Trade on it. This is the phone sign. Subsequently, a buyer Alan Chamatin renew it. Alan Chamatin renew it, you know. Hana Tete renew it. 190 time. I was so sweet at time. Time almost this companies no honor. It was Ministry of Trade that was signing contract with them because a trade facilitating function. Over here, the station companies in 2015. I'm the West Blue banner and my Minister for Finance signed contract. And there were two different contracts for two different companies doing the same thing with two different ministries.
Is it not interesting, say, in one breath, one about Dan Abodakwi, one about Alan Chematin, one about Hana Tete, one about Haruna Idrisu, all of them trade for.
Yes.
It's what say, Spielgard by the end of signing more money, and then Papa. Because he did that also in his capacity as a trade minister.
Yes, Kwame, I agree with you 100%. So, but say, all sign contract amount.
And as I say, no.
Kwame,
West Blue. Alan Chematia signed Momuso Montuaso.
And Alan Chematia, I say no finance ministry in a sign.
Finance ministry.
Yes.
Into Montuaso.
The finance minister. I know one sign contract. That GRE. I know sign contract. Some time I expire. But however, do. And they are still working.
So when?
Till when they tell them say baby do be seen. That's the way we.
Are we saying that the letter did not specify when to end?
I know because sitting here I will not be able to tell you.
So then let's look for the letter. Because I don't see how a state would sign an agreement.
I agree with you.
And not tell you when it will end.
I agree with that. Kokrokoo should be able to explain this thing to you better.
Hey.
And or letter and copy. Kwame, there's nothing untoward happening here. Me person will be disabuse mind of any wrongdoing here because I think say it's a clear case of a government looking for a prudent way to maximize revenue collection.
But this is not maximizing revenue.
If anybody has asked me, say what situation, and I say what should we do to correct this area? And me knowing GCNet, me knowing how far I've gone with you, could have said, say, I think everything that the smaller companies doing, GCNet can do them. I wasn't given the opportunity because, I'm not in that capacity to be even consulted. But I'm penning for attracy. No, out of the three options, no, I'm choosing this particular option. I don't think I have any reason to doubt, say, Oma me and question and I say, Oma take the real merits of the case, Oma take that decision. And remember, what the message is in it, Mama going create a certain situation now. Maybe I bet disturb more very existence in Ghana for a very long time. Other investors. Which other investors? Which other investors?
I want to make a point. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Let me ask you something. I mean, if you switched off GCNet today, what would happen?
There'll be chaos.
Switch it off.
No. Kwame, but before I come to that, let me just read something.
I mean, seriously.
Problem.
Which problem?
Big problem.
Which problem?
That's sabotage.
That's also only contract.
I know that it's reasonable offense.
Only contract.
Switch it off.
Switch it off for only 12 hours.
No problem.
Which problem?
But I told you it happens. And I make a downtimes and I make a. That's what
let me just read a portion for you.
Yes.
You know, the minister said that they own the Unipass software. It's not true. Let me read the clause 9.5 of the license. You wait, I'm coming. You said that the contractor. No, that's what you said. The contractor shall, to the extent legally permissible, ensure that the government is granted a perpetual worldwide non-exclusive license, fully paid license to use a modified application software used for the services provided as customized in accordance with Ghana government requirements. It didn't say own. And it's the same thing that's applicable to the GCNet system. So please, let's disabuse the minds of people.
Okay, so we should go and correct that part. Okay, we'll correct it.
So
it can always be corrected. If you think, you see,
let's also look at the bit that he says that you don't have access to the system. Today, in your office, your staff have access to the system and they run any report they want. GRA does the same thing. It's a complete database and you can pull any data that you want. So what are you saying that you don't have access to the data? I think it's wrong. Let's not put give a dog a bad name and hang it. I don't think it's right.
Carl, let me ask you a question. Are you telling us here? Are you telling us here? Are you telling us here that up and until now there hasn't been a problem more any West Blue connectivity?
Oh, BAM is not the problem.
What are you talking about?
But Carlos, what are you talking about? I'm asking a question. What am I talking about?
Carlos,
no, it is a relevant question.
Carl, I got to go now.
Yes,
but Carlos,
let me just explain.
Maybe Mr. Carlos, one question.
Yes,
Carlos, say, I did check my view. Also, senior minister baby about data. Okay, inti Ghana buying on my money, you know, data near CFA GCNet on you need side data.
Yeah, what data no, but source password and license in our war. We don't have control over those.
But if we have the data, why are we looking for passwords?
Yeah.
Kwame, danger be a Ghana ya trim up and onto this point. They say because I don't have the authority to mention them here, but it's scary. Obi the new free Abruchaba. $5 million or the Kokrokoo bonded warehouse. Kwame, data no is stored with GCNet system and GCMS. Say GCMS said okay, who decides someone unplug it, even one plug from a system, that data is lost. Yehuda. Start person bring the goods into the country free. Duty BBS $1 million no aboy. And in the scheme of things, mini contract no I want to believe say it was enshrined in the contract said that data belongs to the government of Ghana, which they cannot deny.
You have the data. You have access to the data.
It's open the password or the energy.
You see that the point is,
let me answer the question. Let me answer the question. Let me answer the question.
Even with the hostile position that the government is taking, if GCNet had any untoward motive, would the system be up? It is still up, and you are using it. So why would you say that?
No, you are oversimplifying it.
I'm not oversimplifying it. What I'm trying to do is to let people understand.
We have the GCMS, which is aside from the TradeNet system itself, a two platform. TradeNet, GCMS this year, cost of phone and handle. Nobody goes there. TradeNet needed companies pay 40 as a 50. Yeah, was a brupo idea 1,000, which is fine. It's okay. But sa GCMS system there, you are buying data source. I didn't even go. You are buying the source is for the buying. But take your time to what see. The necessary password a friend is saying entrance into that system no we don't have, and I cannot blame them because yang as a buying yang as GRA we didn't probably train ourselves well.
If you don't have, then how do you get access to that information?
Well, I can understand why you say you don't understand our system.
That means what you want to say.
In and out kind of thing. You can go in, but coming out you need permission. And coming out is only handled by customs. And it's a make try me front line. So you see that one metaphors from a very, very low point to this high point already. First, next one install the front and the crowd was office. And he said, maybe from the front end and you manage the system one. It goes straight to the GCMS system. And out freely. Just the customs that release about for you to operate with it. And in that area, baby, it was protected. It was protected for the government of Ghana. We were supposed to train people to take over, which we didn't do. And that is why it's still.
Have we trained people now?
And now I think where we have gotten to and where we are heading, we have.
Now, officers now, when they were Juma on the Unipass system, they are all been trained by us.
Oh, really?
Yes. I mean,
Abba. So, are you saying that Unipass officers are 1 year Ghana for GCNet one will train one.
GRA officers.
All the GRA officers they are working with.
I mean, the best of the best.
Okay, but Abba and the car say no.
What are you talking about?
I've double checked, and from what Carlos is saying, it's a done deal. It's done.
It is. I mean,
after tomorrow's meeting, can we come back to you, Carl and Abba? Because I want to find out what tomorrow will bring, if tomorrow comes.
Oh, sure. We'll come back.
It's a book, it's the Sheldon book.
We'll
if tomorrow
back.
comes.
Yes, we'll come back.
Carlos Baba.
What's our friend?
I'm looking for Kokrokoo in Emra.
But
But me here also. Well, me here because one, we are me MP2. Where Germany?
Made a Germany, yes. And I tell me a GCNet and Unipass.
And a three.
No.
Three. They feel that you betrayed them.
Carlos,
remember. They feel say you betrayed them. Yes. What's that about you, Papa? Because someone you say we had one of our own in there.
Yes.
But one of our own in there now is speaking against us.
Yes.
Come better, I speak against them.
You have.
Oh, but Abba, also, and I am team free. I want you to listen to
but
listen to
Carlos, I know GCNet pound.
That's it.
Carlos,
I
know GCNet pound.
Now why?
Freight forwarders come.
Freight forwarders. Me just so me biaka. So me start me catch you.
Oh, so the time I started CTN. Bebreka.
And as a city they were wrong. They were misinformed. After the letter, make I say, you know, good for apologize on some other radio station say, a woman was a man count. But how can you even say some account? Become in what sense?
Yes, what are now defending?
But the Kwame, me first I'm a free Munaba. Say me, I've been represented a buying on certain matters. And the people I'm on Tiasia, I had the opportunity to come. Me, I'm a come over here from the point of view. It's a back, no, no, can't, that's when Tia. I just go away. But I don't know why I'm taking the but I am the one who is supposed to even explain to you for you to understand better. But I'm sure that's all I do.
But I'm sure you'd agree that from afar the picture is different.
It is very different because
the position they have taken today, a position when you were in opposition. But say no, you're wearing the shoes.
Kwame.
And you see it differently.
Someone will say, "Baby, I catch you say, Yana me person me can once me go me come and microphone and tiasie. I know I'm taking it differently, but I am explaining from the point of view of government. And it is a move for them will be different. Would they pass it through me? Since I call government.
When you need someone pass it through you, I don't get a hearing.
Why not?
Because we are government, you say when you're freight forwarder.
No, but I want to cement me and say, and I meant me and you question. Whatever we have to take, we will take it. Why am I there? I am there not because Carlos no, but I'm there because I was trained in a certain industry, and that industry has made me what I am today. And it means me from my industry. No, I never be a crown, baby. I'm a yejuma, and that's a yejuma to be. And you go a
after tomorrow, you bet me and share you.
Of course, don't remember Bakwame.
Carl, Baba.
Oh, yeah, Baba.
But I want you to understand.
After senior minister, no, you're okay. I know him.
Oh, Kwame, no, yeah, Baba.
Yeah, law-abiding company.
Yes, Carl, we got to go.
A quick one. Let me just correct something. You know, honorable say somebody cleared Range Rover 5,000. No problem.
No, is it correct or not? No. Is it true or not?
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
No.
You and me have met several times on this one.
Let me finish.
Okay, you go ahead and finish.
So even when they cleared with 5,000, you saw it in the system. That's the first and most important.
Okay.
So it means the system itself is robust.
Yes.
Yeah, customs processes allow you to go back. There's something called post clearance to go back and then do the correct thing. Did we do it or not?
Are you listening to yourself?
No.
So you want it to happen before you go and do post clearance?
But
what about stopping it from the front?
So I'm coming to a point. You can't stop it everything from the front.
Oh, don't say that.
No, honorable.
But not this little one.
No, let's be. But yeah, we say let's anyway.
I mean.
But Carlos, say GCNet switch you off. Unipass can run. Unipass can run.
Want to run?
You see, Unipass has been rolled out, but yet we rolled out immediately in all the centers. Piloting were the smaller entry points.
In the meantime, GCNet and West Blue should babysit.
They have informed them already. They've been informed. They've been informed. You see, when you are but you don't know. I mean, I know so. They've been informed.
But you won't go see Mr. Wamran.
They've been informed.
You won't come in. I am the meaning where you are better than we should be.
Kwame, 2002, I say Jumanansen. Every officer who has worked on a declaration, Moya Wado, you two trace yeba.
2002.
Yes.
Or data in your.
I mean, what's that?
Data now one ho.
Jerry ho.
Oh, Jerry ho. Okay, Jerry, but offer free. Don't favor good. I don't understand. But obey and then what happened. And yeah, but yeah, free. How do we extract when we cannot? We don't have the license to go in that. We need a password. But how do we extract? But what?
I'm gonna do the Mamma and Catan Kwan.
Peace FM.
I do. Ain't you ever tried a senior minister meeting, no? Between GCNet and the government. Nyame adum na de cheche na ombe senhye mu no. Omu wie bia ukuada na yawada nkomo yebeto aso. Because me dem entiase akaka akra metietie ebia na wote ase. Enti yawada ebe samba. Ocha baby before. Coronavirus da so ho nti hwe ho so ye. 10 minutes past 11, Kofi Kumbilson is next. We'll come back and continue this discussion. My name is Kwame Sefaka. Starting of a Monday morning. Nice, breezy and easy. I know it's 16th March. Is that Shirley Frimpong Manso's birthday? Movie producer Shirley Frimpong Manso, I believe it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you wherever you are. Keep your dreams and hopes alive. It's all you've got. And as always, when you stop to say a prayer, say one for me too. God bless. Good morning.